Congress now on vacation, or at least at home, with Obamacare still very much in place and the tax code left untouched. Here to react is GOP Congressman Louie Gohmert. Congressman, is this embarrassing?
It is terribly embarrassing. Brian, this is something that most everybody in the Senate that's a Republican ran on. We're going to repeal. And I know people are saying, well, it's dead, we got to move on. We've got to do tax reforms. Business has got to have those reforms. But at the same time, there are too many people that are hurting. I'm back in Texas, and I'm hearing from people all over. We are hurting. Please, you've got to do something. You guys promised to do something to repeal Obamacare. Give me a break. We've still got to do that. And I'm making a prediction here. I know that this is not what's being said. Oh, the Senate's safe. They'll pick up seats. Garbage. If the Senate does not repeal Obamacare, at least most of it, they will lose the majority in the Senate.
Right. Oh, the problem is the American people.
They've got it.
Congressman, the American people have to make up their mind, too, because right now, over 50% say leave Obamacare alone, so it is confusing. You guys did your job, though, in the House. It wasn't easy.
It's not.
You had stops and starts,
yeah, it's not.
But you handed it to the Senate, and they had 3 people that didn't get on board, but others did. Senator Blake, a constant critic, got on board. Rand Paul, a constant critic, got on board. Ted Cruz went to work, wasn't happy with it, willing to do it. So it really came down to 3 votes. Moving ahead, you have to pass a budget. You have to raise the debt ceiling, perhaps, and do tax reform. Why should anybody be optimistic that you're going to get this done?
Well, I can see, since the best indication of future performance is the history, it's not good. The odds should not be good, except, you know, we've still got to fix health care, and we've got to do tax reform. And if we will do that, and I know everybody's hearing it all across the House and Senate, then the business community can take off. They can start hiring like never before. We can bring jobs back to America, you know, the factory jobs, the production of things that we need to defend ourselves on our own soil. It's fine that China sends us tires and wheels to put on our Humvees, but we need to make those things here. We've got to. So all of that stuff will happen if we do the tax reform. And the reason I'm really so optimistic on tax reform now is they finally dropped the push to have a border adjustment tax that was running into so many problems. Now it's about numbers, and we have got to get the cost of tax, which is paid by their customers, got to get it down to 15%. I keep encouraging the president, don't let the Republican leaders talk you into 2025, because at 15 we undercut China.
I hear you, Congressman, but the problem is you have to adhere, you have to account for any cut in taxes with some type of revenue. Congressman, thanks so much for joining us, Louie Gohmert.
I agree with Laffer. Let's forget that. Let's just do the tax cuts.
You need 60 votes then. All right. Meanwhile,